right, y'all. So we got a straight boy with a message saying that he looks at dudes and it's okay to admire dudes' bodies and everything without being gay. Hey, let's check this out.
I don't think I'm homosexual in a way, but I think there's nothing wrong with admiring another man's body. You feel what I'm saying? If I see a dude and he's jacked, he got a six-pack, I'm like, damn, that's a good-looking young man. You feel what I'm saying? Not to mention if he got a haircut or something, like, damn, that's a good-looking young man. Not like I want to make love to him, I just want to become him. You feel what I'm saying?
Y'all heard the man. He don't feel like he's homosexual per se. Now, I know a lot of y'all getting ready to be like, yeah, men can look at guys and see that, they are, handsome without being attracted to them. Well, I'm glad that he did that video, and I'm glad that y'all thinking that already so that I can go ahead and clarify to y'all what the truth is. So first, let me go ahead and read these comments real quick. First one, somebody says, women do this all the time and never question their sexuality. Got 652 likes, the most liked one under that post. So let me address that first because I feel like that's what most people are thinking on this, okay? Here's the deal. Men and women are conditioned differently in this world. So what a man would do and a woman do can be for two totally different reasons, okay? Like, for example, when a man cheats, it usually means nothing to us. We get our nut off. We just looking at it like it's a nut. We really don't be having feelings attached. We really don't care, for real. We know that it hurts the person's feelings, but to us, it has no effect on us, okay? When a woman cheats, though, oh, nigga, you done fucked up. So this is the same here in this topic right here. Men and women are conditioned differently when it comes to looking at the same sex and admiring them as ways to idolize, okay? When women look at women and say, oh yeah, she has a fat ass, oh she's pretty, oh yeah, I want my waist slim like hers, like she's a bad bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like when women do that, it is a I am insecure mindset. I look at everybody or every other woman as competition. It's a more of a feminine, submissive mindset. They are trained to look at other women to gauge what men are looking at. You know what I'm saying? Because women have been trained throughout life, throughout history, throughout the 50s and stuff, like they needed to have a man to survive. So women look at other women in a way as competition or compare and contrast, like, type shit. Now, men, yes, we have a bit of that to validate, okay, where am I at in the market? What are other women looking at type shit? What is the most acquired or most valued or most sought after dude? You know what I'm saying? So that's natural for us to do as well. But we all do that. We all know that at an early age. We know that that's, tall dudes with a muscular build, at least slim to muscular build, and everything else is going to be subjective. Really the main things is just tall, a well-built, fit, and is, got something going for itself, got some money, a career or something. That's what main things women are looking for. Everything else, could be, oh, okay, the girl might have a taste for a more roughneck dude than a pretty boy or something. Like, all these things are going to be personal, but that's what guys look at and tell, okay, this is what the standard for what most women will go for. We can see that at the gym. We see that everywhere we go. We know what guys are the ones that most women go for, okay? And we also know where we land in that dating culture. So when a man does the whole, I'm looking at the body, I'm observing, and then says, I'm not gay, I'm just looking. Let me tell you why there is some suppressed sexuality going on there. Because simply, when you are looking at another man like that and saying, oh, I want to look like him, that's how I knew that he was bullshitting and that it is some sexuality going on there. Because us as men are not that delusional to look at men and say, oh, I want to look just like that. I want to have his body, because we know that we won't, okay? A man can work out all his life and never look like shit. A nigga can be born with a six-pack and have it all his life and eat nothing but shit, okay? We know that this shit comes from our genetics for the most part. We may be able to, enhance it throughout, working out and all that type of stuff, but let's be real here. We know that is not you know, we can't look, we're not insecure minded based where we look like women, where we look at every other man and go, I can look like that. I know I can't look like, even if I was to get my body to a certain point, I'm never getting ready to be compared to the 6'5", tall, dark, and handsome dude. Okay? I'm 5'10", you know, caramel to chocolate. You know, I got more pretty boy aspects. I know where I'll land. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got me a whole bunch of motherfuckers who will come after me too. But I still know I could never compete with that nigga that's 6'5". You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I call bullshit. Okay? I call bullshit. We don't think the same. So I just wanted to say that. That's usually the case. When men are looking at other men, they're usually admiring that man. Yes, they may want to look like him. They may wish that they could look like him, but they know that they most likely cannot. So what they'll do is it'll turn into a crush. Like, you know, where you have a crush on a dude where it's like, you think that it's like, oh, I just want to look like him. But really, if I want to be just like this nigga, what would I be if I was a girl? I'd be attracted to this nigga. That's how it goes. Niggas try to be the dude that every girl wants and every dude wants to be. If every dude wants to be you, that's why I be saying like NBA Youngboy, LeBron and all them, like them niggas can get all the ass that they want, because even though these niggas think that it stops at idolizing, if these niggas was to be like, hey, let me get some of that ass, this is the first nigga that want to get that ass up to. Just like how, what's his name, Marco dude has said, that one dude, that football player's name, immediately as soon as he was asked about if he was gay, what dude he messed with, he already had the nigga on his mind. I bet you he didn't said the same thing about him before. Nah, I just love his body. I love the way I love his athleticism, and you know, he's just a dope dude. I wish I could be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even myself, when I used to, like, but when I was on the DL, I used to have, you know, pictures like of Tupac, like posters of Tupac and shit up. And girls would never think nothing. They come by, they wouldn't think nothing of the Tupac pictures. You know what I'm saying? Little do they know, like, I thought I thought that he was attractive, and I thought, you know, oh, I would like to have a body like that one day. When I was younger, though, I was young. I wasn't a grown man. It's different being young, looking up at a grown man, and then being a peer looking at another peer. If you're a peer looking at another peer, that's gay shit. Okay? But my point is, I'm, you know, idolizing this nigga, but at the same time, I'm attracted to that same type of nigga though. That's the type of nigga I'm attracted to. As a bisexual man, the nigga that I would want to look like, that's the nigga I'm attracted to. Everybody says my boyfriend, what does my boyfriend look like? Me. Okay? Like, y'all, it's not, there's a thin line between idolizing and attraction. It's a very thin line. All right? Not saying that was the exact case here, but I'm just saying keep y'all's minds open and realize that don't be so just going giddy with the go. Like, of course, you don't got to be judgmental. I'm not telling people to be judgmental, because at the end of the day, who cares about this for real? You like the way the dude look, whether you're attracted to him or not, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just calling a spade a spade. Niggas be capping, bullshitting, trying to use the whole idolized cloak to hide under, when really, yes, it's half-ass true, because they are idolizing him, but they would also want to fuck this nigga. And that's the part people miss. They think that it stops there. Women don't have to do that, because women are okay to like who they want. So women don't have the big fantasies that men have, because men have been taught that they can only like that they can only like women. And if they even think about messing with a dude, that they're considered gay off rip. That has trained men to have this super fantasy mindset. So the things that dudes do with their mind to cope and, you know, cognitive dissonance, women never gain that because they don't have to. This world doesn't cause women to think like men do. They are free to look at girls. So they can go and look at a girl and be like, oh, that bitch is bad. Yeah, I like her waist. I like her ass. Ooh, I want to fuck that bitch. And then be like, and then actually fuck the bitch and then be like, oh yeah, no, I don't want nothing to do with them type of bitches. Like, nah, hell nah. Like, but because a man can't go and experience that and say, that nigga bad as fuck. I like that nigga body is you know, like that nigga got his shit together, all that. Let me, you know, and then if they was to fuck with this nigga, they may realize, you know, okay, actually I'm okay with the body I got and all that, you know, but they can't get there because the nigga can't get to fuck with no nigga. He can't explore himself. He can't find nothing out. So he has to live in fantasy. So what niggas do is they'll look at a dude and it'll create a fantasy, and then they'll block out all the gay shit and then make it like it's about idolizing. Women never have to do that because women could just be free with whoever they are when it comes to their sexuality. She doesn't have to create this fantasy world in her mind because she can live in reality all the time and be fine. So when a woman looks at a girl and goes, oh yeah, her ass is fat, I like that shit, yeah, like that bitch is fine, she's not probably thinking she wants to fuck her because she can if she wanted to, but because nobody's gonna judge her. But if she's just saying like, oh yeah, I like if a girl says this, she's being honest. If a boy says this, he might not be being honest for the most part. It doesn't mean that he isn't being honest, but you'll never be able to tell. That's my point. It's the same thing why girls is always asking signs of niggas being DL, because men have not been allowed to mess with men. They cannot ever find out, really, because niggas can hide it in so many different ways. Women don't have to be DL. When people be like, oh, why you don't ever talk about DL women? Because women ain't gotta be DL. Women, a DL woman is like 1% of women. Out of the 60 plus percent, 70 plus percent of men on the DL. That's a waste of time to talk about. If a woman is DL, she's choosing that shit for real, for her own personal reason. When men do that, it's for a collaborative of public opinions and perceptions. It's not just his own little sentimental opinion and reason why he's doing that. So when girls are on the DL, it's totally different from when men are on the DL. Everything is different based on those things. Okay? We are not equal. Quit doing that. Another comment, there is nothing gay about admiration or uplifting your brother with a compliment. And then gay dudes is always trying to be on this, you know, open-minded, positive wave so bad that they can't even really see through nothing because they're just too busy trying to be accepted. Like, that's what I've noticed about gay niggas. Right, because boy, you are a good-looking young man. Somebody else said, nothing wrong with that. You know who you are, you're confident in being straight. That admire other men. Straight men do it all the time. You have eyes. Eyes can see beauty in anyone who is beautiful. So if that means that you can, that means we're fluid then. That's my point. I've been saying that. Because if I see you and I see that you're attractive, right? Okay, so I'm the perfect person to use because I'm attracted to men and women. So if I'm in the gym and I see a dude, like if I'm him, right? And I was to see a dude and I'm like, oh, that nigga's jacked. I like his body. And he even mentioned hair and shit. Like if the nigga got a nice hairstyle and everything. That means you're checking this nigga out. You're not just looking at his body. Okay, one. Anyway, you're checking this nigga out, right? You seeing that this nigga's dope. So what I do is, now I may go, okay, I need to get my ass in the gym. I may use it as like a motivation thing when I see it sometime, but that's to get into the gym, not I'm already in the gym or I'm already around and I'm, you know, like I already have a nice hairstyle. I'm already a young, fit dude like himself, okay? What are you looking at other niggas for and going, I admire this and I want to be this and I want to be that? This is the time for a real man to be confident in looking at himself and admiring his damn self so that he can get the attention of the women that he wants instead of checking out guys. I think that y'all don't realize that a lot of this mindset shit that y'all regulate, that y'all make regular and normalize, it is actually breeding gay men. It is, okay? Like, I don't think that anybody really knows how to be a true confident person within your own right. It's either you have to be gay or straight. And because of that, y'all don't see what we see. Y'all don't see what I see. Y'all don't see that I can tell you're saying that because you're straight. That confidence is coming from being straight. That confidence is coming from being gay because of the shit that you've endured being gay. Like, I can tell why people move in the way they move because I'm right here in the middle looking at everybody as a bisexual. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm actually just being my true self. So I can notice when people are like dancing on the line, trying to come up with a nice explanation and political correct term to express this when really it could be just as raw as, you know, I saw this dude in the gym, the nigga's body's nice, I want to look like that, but at the same time, I'm like, damn, I'm a little low-key attracted. I've gotten that all the time. Every time dudes, like straight dudes, like when they finally give me some or whatever, they'll be like, you know, like, I always had a crush on you, I just didn't want to tell you, like, you've always been a dope-ass dude, They have crushes on niggas who are dope, okay? That's what they like. When a nigga's like, oh, nigga, that nigga dope, or, you know, like, oh, he get all the hoes, like, like this is this way of a straight man of saying that they find this nigga attractive. Like, hey, man, I know you got all the bitches. Like, where the bitches at, bro? I know you got all the hoes. Like, that means this nigga like him. Now, he'll frame it like, oh, I want to kick it with this nigga because he got all the hoes, you know what I'm saying? But really, I just can't fuck this nigga because it's taboo, but I want to be close to this nigga in any way, shape, and form. So I'm going to make it like it's about these hoes, you know what I'm saying, man? Y'all have no idea what goes on. So, yeah. The next comment. You don't need to convince anybody of your sexuality. That's true, but because they feel like they have to, that's how I know that they're suppressing their sexuality, because why would you make this video? That's another point. Another comment, it's nothing wrong with giving another brother his flowers. You're not giving another brother his flowers if you're internalizing it. Giving another brother his flowers is going up to him at the gym or saying to him, hey, bruh, I like that. I like how you doing that. I like your body, but why they don't do that? Because they'll be considered gay to that dude in his eyes. It's all around in every situation. So they have to, you know, topsy-turvy, do all this mental gymnastics to make sense of shit. Man, it's exhausting trying to realize and really figure this shit out. Okay? Trust and believe me. So, yeah, y'all, that's it for this one. Let me know what y'all think. Hit them comments up. Y'all know exactly what it is. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Peace.
No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say. No, I don't give a fuck about what anyone say.